Ada Harv here. And there are many times I spend thinking and often dwelling on things. Let's give you an example. A baby asleep quietly in a cradle, for most of us, remains in our mind's eye a vision of peace. Then a stir is added to the mix, and the simplicity of an infant's crying may be the signal of a family's rude awakening to the pendency of what a future year at large may hold. Those without incidents of life being turned upside down remain free of anything symptomatic of what nature holds in store for every living, breathing human being worldwide. Some, the unencumbered, will always remain far outnumbered by the masses. I'm talking about human mutuality, inhabitants. We are all allies joining forces in a fight against an assailant we could not envision as being possible. It is my belief almost all of us become cognizant of our God-established human mutuality. If you sense my resentment over the political intrusion by elected officials into my life as a heavily taxed citizen, congratulations over your perceptiveness. Kathy and Harv, husband and wife, as well as business partners for the past 31 years plus, hereby offer the Harvs general vicissitudes, I do believe that's a DeHarv word, without reservation. During the many years past, our business life has prospered. We too are happy with the profession we have chosen to be in. From coast to coast of this great land of our integrity-driven exploits are noticeably respected throughout the voiceover industry. For both of us, nothing beats the pleasure of helping people in an effort to improve their lives. Our company, Kalmanson & Kalmanson, as casting directors and educators, have been instrumental in the success of untold thousands of actors worldwide. We don't keep people from working and making a living. We provide a track for them to run on. Kathy and I have acted as a continuum for literally millions of dollars to an unheard of number of deserving actors. Our net remuneration is based on a professionally seasoned probability of assisting our clients in order for them to prosper. We know and understand what it entails having to compete for work. I seriously doubt if any of our elected politicians have any idea of what we go through in our industry on a daily basis in order to survive. Can you imagine any of the stalwart members of Congress having to audition daily? Or, for that matter, having the nerve to tell their agent to book them out for a recess? As casting directors and educators, we don't receive residuals. We stay in business and continue to grow, predicated on the personal human device known as integrity. We sanctify our brand by our implacability-driven display of continually driven business integrity. Most of us don't exist by and when we receive a handout. A handout and a hand up are two different statures in life. If we don't earn our way, neither will the thousands of actors who depend on casting people like the Kalmanson & Kalmanson team has developed during the course of the many decades spent practicing our craft. Raising people's taxes or causing inflationary trends by surging interest rates is plainly nonsensical. as a reminder of what we all went through. On March 15th of 2020, we at Kalmanson and Kalmanson, a seemingly successful small business, had no choice but to close down and cease operations of our extremely prominent voiceover education division. All current as well as prepaid future students were individually contacted by yours truly, Harvey Kalmanson, and personally informed of the business and personal debacle we faced. For those of you who are curious as to what our shutdown entailed, herewith follows some very short and salient points of the actual arithmetic of the stall. March 15th, 2020, our Burbank, Tustin, and Santa Monica studios went dark following the edict as set forth by the governor of our state of California. 30 classes per week were postponed until further notice. 300 students awaited the reopening of our education department. Formerly, before the stoppage, we operated each class on an 8-week cycle per year schedule. Each year, some 1,000 plus students had studied and learned with us. I'm pleased to let you know the good news is pleasurable. Each and every week we experienced a steady flow of calls from past and prospective students, specifically inquiring about our return to business expectancy schedule. Kathy DeHarve and our staff were prepared to work day and night in order to solve the needs of our students. Our hands-on integrity approach to every actor's education remained cranked, and we remained determined. God willing to survive, I'm proud to say we were able to honor our commitment to each and every actor. Not one penny of tuition payments did the actors make without it being returned. They lost nothing. And one more thing. Okay, here I go. Back to grammar school again. As a kid, I was under the impression the word recess meant it was time to urinate, take a break from studies, and play in the schoolyard. It was all a good idea. Either you didn't have to worry about not making it to the bathroom, or you got away from the teacher and were allowed to play for a few minutes, whether you liked it or not. If you screwed up one way or another, our teachers were allowed to inflict some form of corporal punishment. Things like making you return to the classroom without having a chance to play. We actually had a teacher who required a student to stand in a corner facing the wall for the remaining time left during the recess. These severe punishments were usually doled out to the boys in the class. For some reason or another, it seemed like little girl kids never screwed up. Come to think of it, nothing has really changed for me. The little girls, even the big ones, never have to take the blame for screwing up. I mean, how often do you ever hear a politician admit to making a mistake? Oh, I'm so sorry. That was political, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. I do make political remarks every so often. That will have to be it for now. It's time for recess. If I were a politician, I'd go stand in the corner. That, of course, doesn't apply to voiceover. We don't stand in corners, we go around them, where success lies, for all the good boys and girls. The very best is about to come your way. You'll have to excuse me. I don't want to miss out introducing Kathy to her latest students who are taking her latest life coaching event, Vision Workshop. Well, Zoom, zoom, come join Kathy. There's room, room, room. Reach for your stars, they're not that far away.